And hold on, what? This broadcast was on Facebook. Oh wow, okay. Wow, what the hell is going on here? Okay, let me just make sure we're good on this side of things. Man. Bear with us, whoever's tuning in, if you are tuning in. Very quick, please. We're getting some technical difficulties coming on. It's just weird right now. Saying like we're not streaming on Facebook. Oh, yo, have you with us? There you go. And that's your stream too. That's blacking out, bro. I'm peeping on the joint right now. So check this out.
Is that better?
So yeah, what the? What was that? Yeah. You got some feedback going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Clock Watch. This is episode 206, season 2, episode 6. I am a host this evening, King Clips, family man doing the family damn thing. And we got a lot to talk about tonight, man. The name of tonight's episode is called Psych. I'm going to pass it off because we know we all on the clock around here. So, Big Cap, tell them where you from. What's going on with you tonight, man?
Hello, everybody. This Big Kev coming to you from the Mile City, Denver, adjacent. So we just out here chopping it up, shooting the breeze, see what it do. Hopefully, we can keep the show going. We having a little bit of technical difficulties, like Clip said, so we'll see what it do. All right, so stay tuned. Hopefully, we can be a little entertaining.
Yeah, big facts, man. I am like, what is going on here between the internet and this thing going on? It's just like, yo, not go live tonight.
I don't know, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, what's good? They're trying to shoot us signs like we don't belong. Yeah, I'm like, you know?
Somebody might. I don't know, man. Somebody might have cricket, but I don't know, man.
Yo, you got cricket. Yeah, you're rocking off a 3G internet service right now. Yeah.
That's what it is.
You got the 3G joint.
It's a little janky, you know? But
it's crazy. Yeah. Messing us up.
How you doing?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I just want to say what's up to everybody real quick, man. Thank you for tuning in. If you are watching this now, what's up with you? If you will watch this later, what's up? Thanks for hanging out. And as always, we encourage people to leave comments, share the video onto your page. And at that, we got a lot of interesting things going on this evening. Black History Month just ended, and there's a few topics I think we need to talk about. But first, and this is not a topic, but I just want to chop it up with you guys on this one because I saw a very interesting video today. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It had to be
the
funniest video, but it's not funny. It's not funny, but it's the funniest video that I've seen in a while. Did you watch the Lady Gaga robbery of her dog? Did you follow me?
Oh man, I heard about it, but I haven't seen the video yet. Yeah, I heard about it. I just haven't seen the video. Man, I need to see that.
Yeah, Cap, I would be so remiss if I didn't mention that right now. You know what I'm saying? I have to mention the Lady Gaga robbery of her dog's video. It's not funny at all. Don't get it twisted. The dude, when the guy pulls up first, right? You just see the dude walking the
you chopping, you a little bit choppy right now.
Bad connections tonight, man. That's terrible. We have a bad connection. Let's get through it. So the dude pulls up. Pulls up and he goes,
okay.
Give it up, right? He's talking about the dogs. He's like, give it up. and dude just go, no, no, right? Like I swear on everything. That's exactly how he sounds, bro. Like you have to watch this video. He's like, no, I'm not gonna. So you just hear this dude yelling at him. Like,
I don't know, man.
Right?
You know,
he's like, no. So I guess he wrestles the dogs away from him, right? And he shoots him one time, like he let one go. And all of a sudden, you just hear this guy like, oh! Yo, it's not funny. You shouldn't laugh at anybody getting shot. But god damn, did he make it hard, yo. He made it real tough. I ain't gonna hold you. He made it so tough, yo. Now, I'm just sitting there watching this shit like, yo, what the fuck? Why is he making those noises?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, that might be. I mean, listen, man. You know, he belonged to the. He might be a little different. I don't know, but here's the thing, though, man. That if you was gonna pull one, that's probably the one to pull because you're talking about somebody's animals.
Yeah,
people care more about their dogs than they do their spouses. So, you know, you might can get a pretty decent bag from that.
That's a big fact. You know what I'm saying? You ain't lying about that.
I don't know.
I found it bizarre out of that whole ordeal that there was no mention of the guy who got shot getting any form of payment, but she wanted like $500,000 for her dog to return. You know what I'm saying? For somebody to return her dogs. And I was like, wow, like that's what place we're in.
Yeah.
That's what type of time we're on in life right now, where a dog's life has more value than a fucking human. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder if that dude caught $500,000.
That's what I said. Some people value that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as we continue, man.
No, that didn't happen.
What's up?
It didn't happen. But old boy with the, you know, getting that kind of money for taking it in the chest. Pause. But man. Like I said, people will pay double the amount of money for their animals. But I don't know. I mean,
human life is just like fuck it, right?
Luckily, everybody ended up with the owner of the. Everybody. Okay. Yeah.
No, go.
Hey, everybody ended up with the owner that they came with, so that's important and that's good, I guess. So.
Yeah, right.
At the end of the day, I don't care about them. Dogs. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But
I mean, 500,000 for the dogs. Somebody got bucked though. Somebody got clapped in the chest. Like, where's his money?
Yeah.
Where's his money?
Man,
you know what I mean?
First of all,
that's kind of wild. That's wild.
This is a guy who's a true professional, because it's just understood. Look, I'm gonna protect you, but them dogs, I ain't really trying to protect your dogs. So I mean, if they get grabbed, you can just get another one, right? And he jumped out there and got popped in the chest over a dog.
That guy's a real winner. To me, I don't care what noise.
That's all I can say about
how funny the video is. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're gonna get into the next topic though. Sheesh, what the heck, dude? We got some super technical difficulties going on today. This is ridiculous. I'm getting like red flags in here, but let's muscle through it and go into our first topic of the night. We got Since Christmas 2020, American Skin, One Night in Miami, and Judas and the Black Messiah was released. Did you watch them, and do you have a favorite? You want to set that off?
I did. I saw all three of them. I thought they were good films. I think American Skin was very well acted. One Night in Miami was really good because it was just kind of like I thought that the dialogue was really good in that, because I think it shed a light on just how brothers be chopping it up when they by themselves. Judas and the Black Messiah was good too. There was a lot of cringe moments in that movie. Also with American Skin, I think American Skin for me was probably going to be the one. Judas and the Black Messiah was good too, but I liked American Skin. But there's a lot of issues I had, but that might be a topic for another day. Plus, I don't want to.
Nah, let's talk about it. We got this. That's why this is the topic, man. Chop this favor up, bro. So see, we'll because you mentioned that first. Which part of Judas and the Black Messiah made you cringe? Though? Made you go, oh, you know, man?
Just the whole concept of William O'Neill, and I know that still today there's people out there that do that. You know, brothers that work for them peoples that are paid to infiltrate. I mean, I can't really link this, but it kind of reminds me of what I feel like happened to Nipsey Hussle. Like that happens a lot in the law enforcement community. Hold on. That happens a lot. I don't mess around it. Said some stuff.
Don't say the wrong things now. They got that chemical in you. They press that right? button. I know.
I love everybody.
Stop saying too much now, brother. Right?
Hey,
let me know when you need to tap out. Like, yo, you know what? It's too much. I can't give out.
If you see me go like this, hey,
what's up?
Big Kev love everybody, so remember that. But one of the things that bothered me about the Judas and the Black Messiah is like I know still today that there are people that get paid to inform. Informers get, they get cuts and deals, sometimes extra dollars and stuff like that. And back then, I know it happened a lot more back then. You know what I mean? Probably a lot more than we know. And it's sad because well, this is what happens when you got to pick a side. And when you don't pick a side and you just kind of in the middle, that's the kind of situations you put yourself into. You know what I mean? Because Lakeith, William O'Neill, he just didn't care one way or the other. And because he didn't care one way or the other, he held himself and some of his future relatives back and current relatives. So, and just and the country as a whole, he kept the country as a whole back because my man was doing some big things and he was including a lot of people, in the struggle, and people believed in his messaging and believed in what he stood for. And so, because he was indifferent, he ended up screwing things up. Fred Hampton was an amazing individual, man. He's 30 years old doing what he was doing at that time. But back in them days,
like 20s. He was in his 20s.
Yeah, 20s. Yeah.
Yeah, he was only in his 20s. He was a young boy. Yeah, some wild shit. Maybe younger than that. I'm thinking like 24 or something. Let me get the right information. I don't want to fuck this up. You know what I mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a damn shame that two black people talking about Black History moments don't even know the ages of the heroes we supposed to be talking about.
Yo, stop it, bro.
That's a damn shame.
Stop it, bro. Stop it. You're making us look bad. He died when he was 21.
Yeah. 21.
Yeah. He was only 21 when he died.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
That's me.
He definitely a dynamic individual, and he was doing some things, but it's just, oh my God, it just makes me think of a lot. The same kind of stuff happened with Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. It's always somebody that got hemmed up or just ain't strong enough to say no and is not willing to do what they got to do, man. It's always somebody, But I mean, I can get more into that with some other movies. But what's your take on it? What do you think about the movie?
Wow, Judas and the Black Messiah, bro. I have to agree with you on a lot of points. What really sickened me though is maybe like I didn't like Lakeith Stanfield's or not even you would have to say his character. I did not like his character because whenever he got out of these situations, he would start laughing like he was getting a rush, like he was a thrill seeker and getting a rush from these close situations, these close encounters where he almost got caught. He almost got out of this. Like they almost got jammed up by the crowns in the bar. They almost, and he would make it out. as a whole trader and be like, like it was funny. And I'm like, motherfucker, nothing is funny. Like, wow. If the damage that has been done from his doing is just like insurmountable to the movement, to the almost to the point to where, you know, I have conversations with my peers or whatever, and I say, can this even happen still? Not me, but one of my youngins, you know, he just turned 30. It was like, yo, could this happen still? And I said, Breonna Taylor just
Absolutely.
happened last year. That just happened in 2020. You know, Fred Hampton was killed in his sleep. So was Breonna Taylor, bro. The only difference is Breonna Taylor's family caught 15 mil for that on some cover up, but all of the cops still got away.
I mean,
man,
both of them. Yeah.
If you are a powerful individual,
both of them, John, as well.
America,
I mean, listen, man. They literally, they literally went in this man's house, murdered him, just walked out like nothing happened. You know what I mean? If you think about this, right? Yeah. Okay. Nipsey got taken out, and we still ain't heard nothing about the guy who killed him, right? I mean, nobody's talking about that. This happens all the time.
Well, actually,
some of the folks down there, and
we kind of got more information on Nipsey's killer. Like, apparently, Nipsey knew the guy. It's just, you know, he was around them, and he was a rat. He was indeed a rat. Like, I guess he had knocked on somebody or whatever, so Nipsey chose to keep his distance from him. So when that dude pulled up on him, you know, the story goes like Nipsey was like, yo, like, what the fuck you even doing around here? Like, you know, you ain't supposed to, according to protocol, you're not supposed to be around here. Like, you're a whole rat. And dude didn't like that too much, and that's why he got lit up. You know? So, and I heard he was a part of Nipsey's team and was like one of his shooters. So, well, that, you know what I mean? So,
hey man, I don't know. I'm just hearing what I hear on them internets out there. So I don't know. I could be.
I try not to get into like the whole conspiracy theories when it comes to rappers, man, because I don't think it's that deep when you know certain characters involved. You know what I mean? Like when everybody knows you can fall the dumb shit every day, but Fred Hampton shit was very real. You know what I'm saying? Like that was very real, and it made me think like, you really in America cannot challenge anything, cannot stand outside of politics and challenge the government. Like, that's what Antifa did, and guess what? They're now labeled terrorists, and they have never performed one terroristic act in America. I've never seen them bomb anything. I've never seen them send anthrax to your home. I've never seen them do anything besides chant Black Lives Matter and go to courthouses. You know what I'm saying? But yet they're labeled as terrorists. So that tells me if you stand outside of politics and you're fighting for some form of injustice, you will in fact be labeled a fucking terrorist, and people will assassinate you when you're asleep. Now, I'm not saying that Breonna Taylor was an Antifa agent or any of that matter. All I can tell you is the facts. Breonna was murdered in her sleep, and Antifa is a terrorist group without performing any terroristical act. You know what I'm saying? If shouting Black Lives Matter with a crowd of people is a terrorist act, then I guess I'm a terrorist too. But what kind of sense does that make? You know? So I don't know, man. Like I feel like if you challenge the status quo, man, they will get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And it's been like that forever. I don't know how that will ever change, because if they do decide to get rid of you, even if they do decide to make you a martyr, they're gonna pay your family off and they're gonna take that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucked up.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, there's definitely a lot in there on that. There's a lot more we can get into on that. But what you really don't want to be is a young black male who activist who can galvanize people and lead. Because every time you're the first one to do that, you're gonna get out of. You're gonna be out of here. So you just want to have enough juice to get a move started and not be the face. You don't want to be the face or a leader of any movement, because that'll be the end of you every single time.
Not if you want to live, right?
That's the lesson.
If you the revolutionary and you like, fuck it, I'm gonna die for this, then so be it. Because they will make sure that you die. You know what I'm saying? They will make sure that you die for that. But if you are that for the cause, then you know what to expect at the end of the day. Like, history teaches us lessons, right? So my thing is and I want to touch on all of these movies because they kind of like I put in our group chat, they kind of just is like a culmination of where we stood in certain like decades of history, of American history. You know what I mean? It's, even though they're fictional, they're very real to situations that were going on at the times, you know? Like One Night in Miami, for instance. Let's talk about that. Black excellence in one room. You have 4 major Black influencers, entertainer, activist, boxer, warrior, football player, you know, in one room, having a conversation, coming against a common accord. And it is a fact that they did, in fact, know each other too. It's just that conversation. You know what I'm saying? I think that was based on a book, to a fictional book. But just to have that in one room, talking about the thoughts, like you can only imagine what kind of conversations, and that's what it really was. It was an imagination of a conversation, you know? And it was dope. For me, it was dope. And the part that resonated with me a lot is like Sam Cooke's awakening when Malcolm was talking to him and he played that record for him and was like, yeah, how mad is that make you that this white man is for the cause and you haven't wrote one fucking song about it? You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit. You know, that cut him deep too. That cut him so bad he had to leave. You know what I mean? So there's like, that movie to me was crazy. Yeah. How'd you feel about that? One Night in Miami.
I thought it was a great movie, and I thought it was a good movie, and it showed how brothers really. It was good to see this, right? It was good to see brothers, you know, conversating and chopping it up, and be able to have some real frank conversations with each other. And tempers flared up, people got upset, but at the end of the day, they were still men, and they were still brothers, and they was cool. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you just got to be able to talk straight up with your man and be like, look, this is some bunk, or this ain't right. This ain't fly. This don't fly. And sometimes it's a bitter pill to swallow, but it was a perfect, you know how guys are, right? Especially brothers, right? You got one dude who he always fly. That's Muhammad Ali. You know, Sam Cooke smooth. You know, Jim Brown, he's just trying to make a living and get his money. And then Malcolm was serious. And in every group is always somebody that fit in one of them groups. You know, you got the serious person, the serious woke brother, the entertainer. I mean, and then you know, the dude who's a Mac and fly all the time. You know, They had one guy in every group. But it was, the dialogue was really good because they was having some real conversations, man. Because, you know, and it's funny because there's always a couple of dudes. They always just, hey man, let's go holler at some ladies and get the drink on, and then Malcolm trying to be serious. But I thought it was just a real insight to see how brothers really chop it up, and I thought it was good.
I think the one part, the sad, it was crazy, man. The sad part. Hold on one sec. We got Angela Reed in the building. Says hi, first time listening. I think she meant to say listening. What's going on, Angela? Thank you for tuning in tonight. We appreciate that. And for now, also Black Earth, the homie says Sam Cooke change gonna come. Yeah, he made that after that record though. You remember that, right? You know what I'm saying? After Malcolm dug in his ass in the movie. After he cut him up a bit. You know, it inspired him to write Change Gonna Come. But, you know, we don't know if that's factual or not, but that would be great if it was, man. I think it's also, you know, a conversation amongst men, but foremost, it teaches you that not everybody get, like, if you get in your feelings, if two friends have opposing views, you know, and they tend to disagree, it
Mhm.
doesn't always have to end with, well, you're not my friend anymore. You can always agree to disagree. As a matter of fact, I think we do that every show. You know, we do that every show where one of us is going to disagree with each other. You know, I've disagreed with everyone on our Clockwatch panel, and we're still good that night. Like, it's not that serious. So you know, that's just me, I guess, trying to talk to our youth at that a part of growth is
Mhm.
accepting to, you know, agree to disagree, man. Can't always be 100% right. Like, if you're always going to view the world from your
Yeah.
perspective, you know. Uh,
Right.
thing is, you gotta sometimes put your pride aside and not be all the way right all of the time. Like, I don't need to be right. I can know you're dead wrong and just be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, if it's not
Right.
threatening my family or my friends or my life or my health, and it's not worth, you know, especially over words.
Right.
So I thought that was dope. So
You know, one of the things, the other thing that stood out to me is it's a window into to understanding the real pressures and stress of uh, black men at the success levels that they're at. Think about this, right? Muhammad Ali is top of his game.
mm,
Sam doing his thing.
mm,
Not only was
mhm.
Sam a great singer, but he was a great businessman. Owned all his. He was doing what Easy and Michael Jackson and Prince. All
Prince,
he was doing that before they was,
Prince,
before they could do that. He was already on that.
major,
So
word.
he's successful in business. He's successful as an entertainer. Jim Brown, physical, uh, you know, great
Beast.
athlete, and he was doing his movie thing. And he might not have been the greatest actor, but he was in movies and he was doing it. But then
Yeah,
on top, and then Malcolm, obviously. But
right.
on top of all that, it still wasn't enough because they had to. They just felt the pressures of doing more for their peoples, and that's a lot of pressure to be under.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean? That's
Sir.
a lot of pressure to walk
Absolutely.
around and have. But
Absolutely.
that's they were dealing with that. So,
Pretty much the face of
oh,
black people at that point,
what you
from
think?
all four angles. All four angles. You had music, you had sports, you had contact, combative sports, and then you
And
had
okay.
activists. And all of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that
Yeah,
was, wow, man, like, that was fire. To me, that was fire, you know? And yeah, I'm ready to move on to the next one now. Like, you ready?
yeah,
This will probably be the one I
yeah.
need your input the most on right here, you know? And especially considering the year that we had in 2020,
Okay.
American Skin. Now, I want to start
Mhm.
off with this first. I'm going to let you have the last thoughts because, you know, you're a former police officer. If everybody didn't know, friend of ours, friend of the show, you know, I have a checkered history, but you know, I changed my life around and I've worked on my self-image since then. You know, it's called growth. But at the end of the day, I want to talk about this movie because it seems to be at the forefront of social structure nowadays. I think that's even the reason why this movie was made, you know, is because of what we've been dealing with in the past couple of years or past few years, actually, with these legal injustices, you know, such as being
Mhm.
profiled in a car, situation like what happened to the guy in the movie. Watch the son get blasted right in front of his face. And yeah, all of this is
Hey, you know what?
spoiler alert, guys.
Hold on.
What's up?
Yeah, okay, thank you. Spoiler. Yeah, I was about
Yeah,
to say
all of
we
this is spoiler
spoiler alert.
alert. Like, we've been spoiling all of these movies so far, so it's just like, come on, y'all. If y'all ain't watched it, y'all didn't get it. Y'all didn't want to chime in. Y'all gotta, you know what I'm
That's
saying? But
that's messed
yeah,
up.
this one was crazy for me, you know, because I know when we were going through it in the summer, you know, everybody's emotions was on high, and we was just watching our people get killed nationwide. And that's when the protests came out. And fact of the matter is, nothing really gets done after the protest. You have millions of dollars being moved around in different companies, and
Mm.
what comes out of that really? Anything, you know? And we got this movie, and this movie was crazy.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's projected at the wrong audience. You know what I'm saying? How many racist cops out there do you think are going to watch American Skin? None.
Every single one of them. They all.
Right?
If you
What's up, talk
work
to me.
today and you wear a uniform, if you wear a uniform and you just not completely about to retire, you probably gonna watch this. If you if you under 50 and you on the police force, you probably gonna watch this. I mean, you just going to, because you're gonna have to want to see how they're being portrayed. You just gonna want to watch it. This is what it is.
Okay.
Man, there's so many things about this movie. Like, all right, just as a black man, period, on just coming from that. Listen, man, how I am, how my mental state is if you get one of mine, I got to get one of yours. This is how my mind works. I won't say I would do that, but that's just how my mind works. Okay. You can't just get away with murder.
Yeah, that's the question. You skipped all the way to my final question, bro. You skipped all the way to my final question. It is the final question I ask everybody about this movie. Yeah, is would you have let the guy survive at the end? What's that?
No, it would have been it would have been a lot shorter movie. Okay, so let me back up.
Yeah, come on.
One of the reasons why people are watching this movie, because you know, I want to be careful how I say this. It's a wonder that a lot of folks haven't decided to pick up arms like this and go do something about it.
Right.
I mean, we're not too far away from that, and I'm not advocating that. I'm not saying that or anything. I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
You know what I mean? Got a fan out here. Hold up, you got a fan out here real quick. Says Sean Head, you're handsome. Yeah, but God, my bad.
Thank you, I appreciate it. It's just I can see it's happening at any point. I mean, people are marching at the Capitol, right? People are saying enough is enough on a lot of different sides from a lot of different viewpoints. This is a good lesson as well as on how to respond to the police, man. And it's interesting. We talk about this movie, and then I just saw a video where this young kid was walking home down in Texas and got tackled down and all that and stuff. You gotta learn how to. You have to interact with the police a little differently, man. Nobody, and I'm black and I've been on both sides. I know what it's like. Okay. But your life is in your hands. If you don't know who you're dealing with on them streets, you could be dealing with a guy who just found out his wife leaving him and he gonna find somebody to take it out on, or somebody who ain't never been around anybody, don't really have the experience. You can have all the training in the world, but if you don't have like real life street smart experience or just knowing how to interact with different people, if somebody move too fast and you're liable to take them out. You can't get overly emotional when you deal with law enforcement. You have to be calm and you have to do what they ask you to do. And it's not for you. It's just not for your safety. It's for their safety too, because cops don't want to be out here. The great majority of police that I know and dealt with and just understand, they ain't out here trying to, hem people up. They just trying to do their jobs or whatever. And so if you start you making the wrong moves, and puts them on alert and puts them on defense, right? So we just have to learn how to interact a little bit better. I've been in this situation where I've gotten off of work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We can go over police stops, but listen, roll your window down, turn your dome light on.
Obviously,
turn your car off. Don't be moving around too much. If you're getting pulled up, if you're getting contacted in the car, the basic stuff. If you're getting contacted face to face on the street, just cooperate. Hey, what are you doing? Why? What's going on here? 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, you want to say none of your effing business. I'm going home. I'm doing whatever, but I'm going home. Now he was right to say I'm going home, and keep walking. Yeah. But as soon as they say this is what's going on, we're doing an investigation, and you're not free to leave, then just get it over with, cooperate, so they can you can be on your way. Because 9 times out of 10, they trying to go to Starbucks and anyway, or do whatever. But as far as the movie goes, see, you can know your rights, but you have to understand, depending on who you are, you have to understand where you stand in this country. And it's just keeping it real, man. Can't be jumping out the car talking about I know my rights. You start moving too fast and moving around and escalating things can go real bad. And that's what happened in this movie. And this is the other lesson to that is when your mom and daddy tell you something to listen, especially when people who have firearms in front of you. If your pop tell you, especially listen, if your pop tell you, son, be still, stop talking, maybe you might want to stop talking. You know what I mean?
Stop.
Listen to your parents. Parents can save your life.
I mean, I
didn't say it like that, but
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, then, your dad say, "Hey, this ain't the time. This is not the time."
Right. I agree.
This ain't the time. Then, you want to argue? If you want to plead your case, go to court.
Right.
Okay.
I mean,
what you disagree on?
Yeah, Angela, your fan. Hold on. Because what's up, Angela? Though, shout to you, Angela Reed. She says sometimes you can't trust the police. I believe you are absolutely right.
I understand that as well. Trust me.
At a point where, you know my story. I've told you about like a million times on the show. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't trust anyone. As far as if I don't know you, man, I'm comfortable around you. We're kicking it for a little bit now. We cool. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know this other guy. He might try to plant some coke on me or something. You never know. You might, I might be Fred Hampton out here getting the joint popping, and you want to set me up to assassinate me. I have no idea. So I'm not saying, listen, because we also follow protocol.
Yeah.
And if you get pulled over, hands on the steering wheel with your credentials on the dashboard. But at the same time, it shouldn't go further than that. What is my ticket for? What are you, if you are you need to step out of the vehicle. Here we go now. Now it's here we go. For what? Why am I stepping out of my vehicle? You know what I'm saying? Illegal searches, fucking racial profiling.
Okay.
All sorts of craziness that come with that. That's you see this so much. It's no wonder why, because of the relationship that cops have built with young black men. This is the reason why it's so hard for them to trust.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times I've been targeted, and it's where's the weed? Where's the weed? Back when that was illegal, where's the weed? You know what I'm saying? You're targeting us for weed. You want a weed bust. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. Man. So
you ain't been targeted. Hold on a second. You have not been targeted until you've gotten off duty, driven home, and got pulled over by your police department.
Ain't that some shit? That's wow. Your same department pulled you over? The same department?
No, I mean, I was working in
the same precinct rather you worked in?
No, I was working in a different city. No, I was working in a different city, but on the way home. Yeah, and it happened to me several times. Until I had to make some phone calls.
But see, that's what I mean, though, Kev. Everybody doesn't have the luxury of making those phone calls. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the distrust.
I don't know more, but I did at the time.
Yeah, but even still, they probably still your name rings
at the same time.
Sure. Remember, So,
well, harassment is harassment. No matter if you wear a badge or not. But here's the thing, man. It is uncomfortable. It is not a fun time to be in contact with the police. Even cops don't like cops. Okay, this is what it is. Nobody likes to be confronted or contacted by the police. But at some point, you have to decide: is this really worth it? And for me to start shooting off at the mouth because you don't know who it is you're talking to on the other end.
Nobody wants to die, right? Nobody wants to die, and that's the sad truth. That's the sad truth.
Nobody. Everybody wants to say when people get pulled over, do you know I pulled you over? Everybody wants to say because you ain't got shit else to do, because you bored, or you bugging with me, or you pro. Everybody wants to say that, right? Mm-hmm. The reason why they ask you that is so you can tell on yourself, Well, I was speeding. Okay, well, how fast was you? I think I was going about 10 miles. Oh, okay. Here's your speeding ticket for 10 miles over, right?
Yeah.
That's what he asked.
But see, when you say, I don't know,
we have to not be emotional. We can't be emotional.
It's stumped, you know, and then they start making shit up. Oh, you got a tail light out.
Okay. If we wasn't alive, I could.
That is not it. You was an old dirty
Nobody wants to be.
You got a tail light out.
No, that don't work no more. That hasn't worked. I don't think that's worked since the 70s. I don't think that's worked since the 70s, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you got
listen, it's a hard job. This is not an easy job, man. Because listen, it's not an easy job. It's the last thing cops want to do is be talking to you. But they got to do it. You know what I mean? And it's not comfortable for them. But at the end of the day, it's all about how you talk to people and treat people. I mean, you can be nice to people, talk to them right, and treat them right, treat them with respect, and they still give you a hard time. You know what I mean? But it's just you got to be smart about is it really worth it? Let me just what you want, bro. Yeah, I got an ID, but you gonna get it because if I ain't gonna be reaching. You just got to be aware of the situation and your surroundings, man. And if you really got something to say, take it to court. And you can't call down there and file a complaint. If you feel like you've really been wrong, file a complaint or put up a lien against or put up a lien against their badge. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Oh shit! You're gonna have to teach us how to do that.
But anyway,
oh, check this out.
We kind of got off topic.
I was just gonna, basically reiterate how that's, they haven't built up enough trust with the Black community in order, because as soon as they get pulled over now, or if they get stopped, or they're walking down the street in their neighborhoods, and hey, please stop. Their first reaction is, I'm minding my fucking business. Get the fuck out of here. It's not, hey, what is this officer want? Let me try to cooperate. Why? Because that distrust is there. You know what I'm saying? Because my man, older brother probably got, you know what I mean? All sorts of weed planted on him or some wild shit for no fucking reason, and pulled over and targeted and profiled and all sorts of shit. So I just think that there's a lot of, there's the word of 2021 is police reform now, right? Everybody is hopping on this police reform bandwagon. And my thing is, this is where you need to start. You need to start rebuilding trust with the people, And once you start doing that, I'm sure, people will be a lot more willing to cooperate with a familiar face that is there to help. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to someone who just targeted you for some weed on the highway. People are way more willing to cooperate with you. You know what I'm saying? That's where the whole cool cop thing came from, was from actual cool cops. People didn't make that up. You know what I'm saying? There has been cool cops that genuinely fuck with people in the community. Like, yo, what's up? What's going on with y'all? Talk to y'all every day until y'all out there.
Okay.
But, so unfortunately, it's that other side.
All right, so because what I don't want to do is spoil the movie for people that haven't seen it. But here's the thing: whatever you do, okay, do not jump out of your vehicle and start trying to have a debate about your rights with the police. Okay, if you know anything about your rights, just be quiet. Okay, just be quiet. And just be quiet. Don't talk until you speak with an attorney or you have your representation available. But don't jump out of your vehicle on the police. That's not a good day for you or the people you with. That's just not smart. Okay. Now let me fast forward to some stuff. So one of the messages is the other thing that I thought was interesting is how the police they really cared. They really cared about the community, and in their minds, they thought they was helping. They thought they was helping to make the community better. And they had these weird ass views, like, these saying it's like these. They had these go-tos. Well, if you guys would stop leaving your babies, or if there was more fathers in the home, it was kind of like a bunch of conservative talking points. But in their mind, see, they believe that was the real issues, instead of looking at the real issues was, well, why is all these people in the hood? What caused all these people to be living in the ghetto and in the projects? See, that's the bigger issue. But they just want to be right here in what they can see, instead of taking a step back and trying to understand how things get to the way they get to. And I thought that was interesting, how they kept throwing them same bullshit as talking points. And there's a lot of guys on the force that they drive them down the street having them same thoughts. They don't understand how ghettos and projects were created and the purpose behind that. You got to understand that stuff. And when you understand those things, maybe you'll have some empathy for folks. Nobody wants you to be sorry for anybody, but maybe understanding the bigger picture will give you some empathy on the situation people are in. And you know what I mean?
Consideration when you target a certain people, man. Absolutely. I dig it. Yeah. I think this is a good time to jump into our next topic. I think we could kill that. Just to touch up on all of those movies. I thought they were all good, all really good. American Scam, One Night in Miami. If you haven't seen them and we spoiled the shit out of them for you, best believe we haven't told the whole story. There are so many good things that happen in each one of those movies. It's just, things that's in the front of our brain right now that we're reflecting on. But honestly, I could talk about each movie individually for an hour each. So it was good. Definitely, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. And let's move on, my brother. Let's move on. Black man, move on.
Do it.
We got should schools separate Black American history and white American history, or tell them both? We're hitting the hard topics. You know what I'm saying? We're hitting the hard topics tonight. All right. I think I set off the last one, so why don't you set off this one?
This is gonna be short and sweet. Black history is American history. What we need to do is tell the truth. Let's not tell history. Let's tell the truth about what happened today and what happened yesterday. That's what we really ought to be doing.
Cav, it's an ugly truth. It's real ugly.
Yeah.
If they decide to tell the truth, that is some ugly shit. I mean the real truth too. Like unredact those FBI documents. You know what I'm saying? Unredact all that. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about all the way from the
Fred
beginning.
Hampton's murder, like some of that shit is still redacted. So, and they won the case.
Listen, man. You can't talk about America being built from the ground up without including Black folks. And I'm just not talking about the slavery part, the labor part. I'm talking about the ideas, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's so much to get into. It's so much to talk about. I mean, I don't have time for a history lesson, but we got to start telling the truth. You know what I mean? And stop the, for lack of a better word, indoctrination, I guess, in the school system. We have to start telling the truth. But if you start telling the truth, then we have to. Telling the truth is you have to learn some ugly truths about some of the things that really happen and really go on in this country. You know what I mean? And I don't think we're really ready for that. And so sometimes it's better to just say, well, we're going to acknowledge you over here. Well, no, let's come over here and acknowledge us from the beginning. Because when we do that, then maybe people will treat us a little bit better. And maybe there might end up having to be some, or there'll be some reparations going on. You know what I mean?
I like how you do that.
So
I love that. I love that. We always been on the same page when it came to reparations. I like how you do that. But yeah, I definitely hear you on that one. I'm going to touch up on this with Angela Reed. She says some of them care, but some don't. Can you please just elaborate on that for a bit? What do you mean some of them care and some don't? Like, about Black history, or so she might be talking about officers as a whole, like the last topic we were talking So yeah, here's that topic. Should we separate our histories? I think I'm in agreement with you on this one. I'm in 100% agreement with you on this one. I will add to that they do need to tell everybody. Like, just stop telling your history. You know what I'm saying? There is some ugly ass truths out there that they don't want to get by. And the way they're trying to hide it now, from what I've seen, is they're calling Black history. Like, if you tell the truth about Black history, they're saying that it's separatist, that you're trying to make us angry. You know, they're trying to make us angry and not be cooperative with white people just by telling our truth. I have a friend, he's actually been on this show before, his name is Derek, and every day for the past month of Black History Month, he will post an ugly truth on his Facebook wall, and then some idiot shit.
Yeah.
It was like people throwing rocks at Black babies at fairgrounds for games, and it was called "Hit the Nigga Baby."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You win the prize. Yeah. You hit a real Black kid. So
yeah,
I don't tell all of it. Tell all of it. If you want it to go away, then be real. No one fucks with liars. You know what I'm saying? You can tell your history, but tell everyone else's. I even want to know about Chinese history. I want to know how y'all treated, you know what I'm saying? The Chinaman during when you had them building railroads in San Francisco and all that. You know what I'm saying? I want to know about all of that. I want to know how, like, you almost drove the Native American into extinction, how they were the first slaves in America until you brought us over. You know? I want to know about all of that shit.
Well,
I'm not going to get mad, I promise. But our kids and everybody needs to know this, dog. Like, what's up?
Well, here's the thing, right? So you can never really learn all the real history of how Blacks have contributed to the growth of this nation, but people can't. It's almost too much for people to handle. I mean, because you have to talk. We will have to. It's going to have to be set up like South Africa did, like with the Truth and Reconciliation, where they just say, what was your part in this whole thing? So people can have an open dialogue. It's going to have to be a situation like that. And it's going to have to take some time so that the real histories can come out and the real truths can come out, and then it can be documented and shared for everybody to equally access it. Because I don't know if you know this or did buy research books, but to get a real good book, you're gonna spend hundreds of dollars, and some of them up to $1,000. That's got the real history of this country in it. Some of this stuff is known and you can find it, but some of the real good stuff you're gonna have to pay hundreds up to thousands of dollars for those for that material, just to learn their history in this country.
I mean, it's relevant. It should like be done for the country and its growth, man. Like, I want to know who really created or who really had the first open brain surgery. You know what I'm saying? There's so much of our good history that's out there. I want to know who, created the first light bulb and stopped lying to me. It wasn't Thomas Jefferson. Like, knock it off. I like, give me the real shit.
Listen, we can go.
You don't have to tell all of the horror stories. I pretty much have a firm grasp, and if not, I'm sure my people will depict that in movies in the future. Even though I get tired of with that shit. It's just like, yo, we don't get Holocaust movies every year. We don't get all these other fucking movies every year. But y'all want to keep putting out slave movies, and I think there's a whole agenda behind that in itself. But that's a whole nother conversation altogether. My thing is, there is some good shit that came out of, Black people invented a lot of good things, man. We were the first to do a lot of good things, and it's no recognition. And come on, 1 month.
The recognition. Well, hold on a second. We get the recognition in certain groups of certain folks that make things happen. The recognition is there. It's just not being openly shared. But we can go on and on about all the contributions and stuff But here's what I find interesting though. So all of the companies that, you know, Black Lives Matter and all this stuff, all during the summertime and all this stuff, I didn't see a whole lot of Black History Month stuff on television and
no, not at all.
The commercials. I didn't see no McDonald's. I didn't see the old school McDonald's Martin Luther King commercials.
But that's shit.
Funny.
But you right though. Like you are that right. What's up?
I just didn't see nobody say, you know, all them people that was like, you know, we support Black folks. I didn't see no commercials like, hey, hit this business. There's a Black business owner doing the same, almost something what I'm doing, or you know, hey, help him take my competitor, help this company take my competitors down. I don't know. I didn't see any of that kind of stuff.
I did not see one Greenwood commercial either. Like Greenwood should have been.
I didn't get no check in the mail. I didn't get no deposits. And hey, bro, thanks
nothing.
for you know,
nothing. I ain't even get a stimulus check.
Nope, nobody. They didn't break out no McRib sandwich. I mean, come on, man. I'm just kidding.
They tripping with that one.
I just found it interesting. You know what has happened ever since Barack was president? After that, nothing. It was just like, oh yeah, it's February, Black History Month, hey, assalamu alaikum, and whatever, and a bunch of TikTok dancing. That's what happened last month. A bunch of
TikTok dancing. You said you have bad. I don't know what that means. A bad what, Angela? What's up?
Oh, man.
You know Angela.
Jesus,
you know
man.
That's the homie.
But anybody who we homies, yeah, we homies now. Shit. Anybody? No, we found shit. We all found. Right. Here's the thing, right? Anybody with any common sense and brains knows that Black history is American history, right? And if you don't, and if you think that history is a separate, that's because you're living in La La Land and don't want to take your head out of the sand. Right. But everything you've been taught in school about history is not the truth. Okay, we can all agree with that.
Word.
Everything you've learned in history about American history is not the truth. Come on, if you don't know that by now, if you got internet connection and YouTube,
but I think that's why, like, we should push the narrative though. Like, we should totally push the narrative. Like, they should add that into the fucking school curriculum. Like, and don't just do it on February. Run the fucking history concurrent, like they do charges. You know what I'm saying? Or run all of the concurrent. It's a fucking timeline. Like, just follow the timeline. You know?
How about this? You keep the same history, but you put the right people in the right places and just tell the real story. How about that?
I'm with that. I'm fucking with that. Like, I like.
I'm kind of tired of Black History Month, though. I
think everybody is getting a little tired.
Black folks, raise your hand if you're tired of Black History Month.
And I'm gonna be real with you. I think
we already know our history is. Yeah.
I think a lot of Black people are getting tired of this shit, and just run. Like I said, man, run a fucking history concurrent, yo. Run that shit current with whatever, and then like stop lying too. That's important. That's like really important. Like, don't forget that. If any teachers are gonna watch this show now or in the future, just know to stop lying. Stop lying. Just start telling the truth, you know? And everything will be fine. I think everybody can breathe after the truth is told. What's up? What's up? My bad.
The whole thing is offensive, man. It's offensive. First of all, and I got to thank Bill Burr for some of this, because Bill Burr was like, how you going to have Black history? We tropical folks. We should have a warm month. We got the shortest month on the calendar in this freezing. Right.
Bill Burr is like
that's a good point. And it's the same stories. It's the same stories. And then it's funny how people everybody want to go straight to Martin Luther King. It's all about Martin Luther King, Black History Month.
Oh my God, I'm sick of that shit.
And everybody want to say their best Maya Angelou poem, right? Angelou poem.
Sick of that shit.
Something like that. And it's the same boring. It's like, I want to see the Budweiser commercial. I want to see the. Hold on.
Listen, man.
I want to see the Jack Daniels commercial where Jack Daniels be like, you know what? We stole this. We stole this from old boy. This is the man who created Jack Daniels.
Yeah, you wildin', yeah, you wildin', you wildin'.
If your license plate is like, we're gonna give you $20 off. No, but that's known.
Look, it's a Jack Daniels. Yeah, what's wrong with you? Yeah,
I'm being funny, but not really. Okay.
Hey, yo, they really stole the. Yo, stop lying, yo. Stop lying, yo. Yeah, they really stole the formula for Jack Daniels from a black guy.
He was a moon. He was. I'm not. I can't think of the man's name. They just recently came out and started. They've been talking about that for a couple years. He's got his own batch of stuff. Anybody who watches, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yo, Kev, I need you to post that in the group and please tag me, yo. I need to read. I swear to God, I didn't read. I don't drink Jack though. You know what I'm saying? My son do. He's 24. He be running around with his little crew, and they drink Jack Daniels. I don't fuck with it though. Wow, that is great information. I really need to know that. Like, so tag me in that info if you ever decide to post it. That's fine. But yeah, man, how many people you know is taking that shot a little different after that? After that information came out,
man.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sad. Shit is real sad.
Yeah. Black history is American history. Let's just tell the truth about what really happened, and we can all move on. Okay. So
facts. And I think they definitely just to add on one time to that point, Kev. I think they definitely need to not only stop lying, you know. Like, to stop lying, it should be like basic information, like just give the information. But how do I say this without offending? How do I say this without offending people? Stop talking about Martin Luther King, Maya Angelou. There are thousands, literal thousands of Black people in American history that have some of the greatest intellectual minds, genius, inventors, you know, that help push the culture. This culture that we have here, this melting pot, the popular culture, pop, was created by Black people. So tell the story. Tell the story. We're not just entertainment and athletics, you know? Like, tell the story, man. And like, stop trying to give us a fabulous poet and a guy who is about nonviolence. Because number one, you're trying, like, that's not it. You know, that's just not it. Like, nonviolence. I think we've proven that we can be very violent if provoked.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
And it's just Because here's the thing, right? If you over 30 years old, right? Every Black History Month, it's anytime that you have to, or somebody refers to Martin Luther King's speech, it's always the "I Have a Dream" speech. But what about the one the last speech he gave? You know what I mean? So whatever. It's just save your money, man. Save your money. Just give me a discount. Okay.
Yeah.
Save your money on your marketing and just give me a discount.
Facts. That's all I want. And then, like, stop trying to like make Americans look like they're just submissive people. Like, stop. That shit is so stupid. Like, I can't fuck with that anymore, because as soon as an injustice happens to our people, I found that you will run right to Dr. Martin Luther King and be like, but he is a submissive Black man. What about you? Like, no, I am not. You know what I'm saying? So stop trying to like take his message and interpret that into Black people are submissive. Well, like, just stop that altogether. Right?
Well, it's interesting. I ain't never seen no Malcolm X commercials during Black History Month, but I'm sure there's a reason for it.
Never in my life.
Listen,
I've never seen a Huey P. Newton commercial for Black History.
No. Here's the other thing too. Listen,
that's the commercials I want to see, for real. Like, let me see the Huey P. Newton and the Bobby Seale commercials. Can I get a Fred Ham.
Okay. See, we having technical difficulties because you upsetting some people.
Yeah, like, but
listen,
for real, they showing us like submissive black people, and then I don't. It's all a part of the plan, and nobody's beat anymore. We're just like, listen, man, give us our history back. You can't take that from us. Like, give us our history back.
We're just like I said, tell the truth. What we need to do, seriously though, for next year, we all need to get together. We need to get a letter drawn up, and I don't know who to send it to. Maybe the Fast Food Corporate Association, and talk to these people about these damn chicken sandwiches. Everybody got a chicken sandwich, man. I think I seen 7-Eleven got a chicken sandwich now.
Oh, wow.
It's interesting. Everybody popped up their chicken sandwiches last month. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah. I
don't know if you noticed that.
The Burger King chicken sandwich is dog shit though. Like, that shit is so dog shit. Chick-fil-A, bro, he still got the top.
He don't miss the whole damn point.
Yeah.
He don't miss the whole point.
I know you tried to say that niggas be selling
and White House got a chicken sandwich.
Yeah. I know they try to sell niggas chicken, but at the same time, I like chicken, man.
That's funny, bro. That's funny. I'm making light, but black folks we getting frustrated and tired of the same old bullshit, and during Black History Month listen, appreciate it. Thank y'all for shouting us out. We know what we've done for this country. Okay, just cut the checks and give us the discounts for taxes and write-offs and shit. And that's what's important.
And stop trying to inflate us too.
And some land and that kind of stuff.
But I do get the bag. Don't hit me with no inflation. I'll be happy.
That's it. But we do appreciate laughing at all the funny TikToks. There's a lot of funny TikToks out there.
Yeah.
But it's
very let's get into this next. Let's get into this next.
Bathroom break entertainment. All right, go ahead.
All right. We got. Why do blacks and whites forget about other races? Why do they forget about other races, Joe? We do. We do, son. They be mad.
You're gonna have to explain this. I don't know. You got to explain what you mean by this and how you came up with this.
Okay. Check this out. So we don't care. We want everybody to stand for our cause, but when it comes to somebody else's cause, we don't be giving a fuck, yo. And I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be 1,000 on that. I'm gonna be 1,000 on that. All right. For instance, right? Trump got into office. The first thing he does is put a Muslim ban out there. You know what I'm saying? Did anybody besides Muslims speak out on that?
Okay.
All right. Over the summer,
a lot of people did.
Oh, non-Muslims spoke out on that in CNN.
Man, people in the country was pissed off and offended that our president represented us like that. It was a lot of people, bro. It was a lot of people that was upset about that Muslim ban.
A whole Muslim ban. I did not see one protest about it. Yeah, people were like, "That's fucked up." People said that, but there wasn't any protest going on about it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's go to the next though. A Chinese lady in New York got mugged by two dudes on camera, and they tried to set her on fire. No one but the Chinese community came out for that. And there was protests in New York and LA behind that shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of that ignorance is going on. A lot of that ignorance to where like I don't like, me personally, I don't like how our people be like, yo, we need to all come together when it's just for our people. Like when it's for another people, we ain't got shit to say. We're like, you know how we feel. Okay. That's the stance we take. I have him. Now you know how we feel. That's bullshit, bro. Speak out and do something. Get active like y'all doing some shit happen with us. You know? I don't know. That's all I'm saying. How you feel about it?
Okay. All right. There's a lot to get into on this one. First of all, we cannot say that Black folks forget about other races, because that's just ridiculous, and I ain't even got the energy to debate that. And I would have to say that white folks don't forget about other races. They always stand up for them. They was down there. I said, okay, I'm in Denver. Shit, 8 out of 10 people was a white person down there marching for all the stuff that was going on over the summer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that was black.
I can't sit here and say they by definition being there didn't forget, right?
Yeah. But listen, that was for black.
Now we might have to talk about specific area. Okay, we're talking about as a whole. Okay, as a whole, I would say black.
That was wild off
top. Do not forget about other races, especially blacks.
Yeah. I mean, because you're talking about white people watching for black people, and yeah, I get that. I know that. You know what I'm saying? I thank them for that. I love them for that. You know what I'm saying? That there was white people marching for us over the summer. That was dope. I'm saying when it comes to these other races, why don't we say anything about them? And I'm not trying to state a narrative or nothing. This is just shit I contemplate when I'm by myself.
Okay. I feel like I understand where you're going with this, but I need to touch on this thing about the Blacks and Asian community. First of all, I ain't fixing to sit here and speak for the whole Black community, okay? But Black folks ain't got no problems with Asians.
Oh,
we don't like
Bruce
a lot
Lee
of stuff that happens. There's a
Bruce Lee.
Okay, well, let me say this.
Bruce Lee is our fucking hero. Like, stop.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but how do I say this? Because I don't want to offend nobody, man, and I'm not trying to offend nobody, but Black folks don't have no issues with Asians. That's ridiculous. One person pushing down an old Asian person is just an individual that pushed down an Asian person. That don't mean the whole Black community is after Asian people. That's just ridiculous.
No.
But what I can say is that I've seen a lot of.
Kev, let me stop you. It wasn't Black people who did that to it.
What?
To the Asian old lady. It was 2 Italian guys. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't Black people who did that. Yeah. So we don't have.
But if you've been watching the news,
I don't think you have to reiterate that. I'm just saying. The point is, something happens.
Let me finish. I know this. But what you've been seeing on the news is that people saying that Black folks got problems with Asians, and that's not the case.
Is that what's going on? I'm unaware. Is that what's going on?
Yeah. That's the narrative right now, is that Black folks got issues with the Asian community, and that's not the case. That is far from the case. Now, what I have,
is that in LA or something? Yeah, because you remember, like on Don't Be on hurry up and buy.
There were some incidences in there were some incidences in California a couple of weeks ago, where I guess there was an issue with a Asian person and a Black person, but that don't mean a whole community is trying to have issues.
Yeah, that's two minorities beefing, bro. That shit is that happens. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. Well, I ain't gonna say. I gotta be careful.
Oh God, go.
What's up? No, because
you don't ask me mad outlandish shit on the show before. You getting cold feet now? Like, word it up.
No. I don't want nobody to get their feelings hurt. But listen, Black folks ain't got no problems with no Asian community, man.
But
if you watch the news, man, there's a narrative out there. People are protesting and having hearings and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, my shit is like fuck the narrative.
Weird legislation.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk, and I can't.
Black folks ain't got no problems with Asian.
I'm like you. I can't speak for the whole black community. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what the temperature is like with Asians and black folk out in LA. I'm all the way in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. But I know my relationship with Asians is fucking dope out here. Like, you know what I mean? Wherever I go, even like in New York, like, man, Asians and black people are fucking cool. Like, what? I don't get
because you live in a city with a lot of different people.
Yeah, I don't get what they're going through in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit to me is, and I'm gonna just fuck that. I'm gonna be behind it. Like that shit is corny. What you beefing with Asians for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they opened up a Chinese store in your neighborhood and they try to sell Chinese food. So what? So the fuck what? Or they opened up the little convenience store and they watching you because they saw Don't Be a Menace about to get your juice in the hood. Like, I don't know what's going on out there. They could maybe be targeted. They could maybe believe the bullshit narrative and the imagery that's been projected about us since the 90s and keeping this sharp eye on us. You never know. You really never know. You know? So
let me. Okay,
I don't know what's going on.
Let me ask you this: what were we really trying to hone in on? Hold on, what we were really trying to hone in on with this question, though? Why do blacks and whites forget about other races? What were we really trying to get to?
Other races. That's because, like I said, when I see all injustices, as a matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? I see color. I see all injustices, man. So when something fucked up happens to another race, why don't they get down for this? You know what I'm saying? We are quick to get down. We historically have been quick to get down for ours, and people have stood up for us. People have stood in the trenches with us. People have got sprayed, maced down, beat with batons, all that shit. And they weren't black, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, all of them are staying with us. But I feel like we don't hold them down like we should. I feel like we don't. When some shit goes down with them,
okay, so whenever
we don't really speak out for them, man. It's almost like they don't even have a fucking voice because they don't have anybody that's been, you know what I mean, getting down for them in this fucked up country, man. This country don't like nobody else but themselves, you know? And that shit is crazy. To me, that's wild.
Okay. Well, first of all, when anytime there's anything going on in the black community, we always refer to ourselves as black and browns. And if you're not white, you fit into that category, the black and browns. And so that alone will let you know we don't forget about.
But listen,
I can't speak for white folks, but hey, man, white people they show up too. And a lot of white people died during the civil rights movement. Right, marching for what was right.
A lot of white people died now over the summer, bro, protesting.
So we can't say that. Yeah. I mean, a dude got himself blasted right here in Denver, right in the face, right down here in the downtown. Yeah. So I don't think people are forgetting about each other. I think people are putting themselves first, or trying to, because it's just the way. That's just the world we're living in. Everybody's trying to jockey for a position, for resources.
I think
that's what it is.
And I might be on some like Fred Hampton shit, man, but I really admired that fucking movie because when I watched it, he was able to do what fucking Cyrus from the Warriors was talking about doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine that if we can all unify under one umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. And how we can't just do that by ourselves, man. We need to help everybody. Why do you think this Black Lives Matter movement was so crazy over the summer? That's because everybody was in the trenches with us. It wasn't just black people. That's why the whole world heard us, you know? So I don't know, man. I just really feel like, yo, listen, if we do come out on top of this equality thing and police reform and civil injustice, like we really need to start getting down for our other minorities as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're as black people are a small percentage of the population in America. And you have the other minorities, which are, you know, what do you got? Arabic, Asian, Indian, Latino. They're less than that. So who do they have to look to when shit goes left. Native American, you know what I'm saying? They got their own thing going on in South Dakota right now. That's like a whole nother podcast. Real talk. They're going through it in South Dakota right now. But you don't hear about none of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
because we don't take up the mantle. We don't give a fuck, I feel like. And that's whack. I feel like that's whack. Because if people listen, man. If I got a problem with a group of people and you hold me down, right? You hold me down. I got a problem with a group of people and you hold me down, Kev. And then now you got a problem with some people maybe a year or two later and I ignore it. That's how I feel. That's how I feel like we doing, man. And that's fucked up. For me, that's fucked up.
Okay. So some people would say that we live in a class-based society. Some people say we would live in a race-based society. And some people say that it's a combination of all that. But here's the deal, man. At the end of the day, you got to take care of you and yours, man. And if you got beef with people, maybe it's time for you to circle your wagons with your people. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to answer this, but
no. I just use that as purely an example, Kev. You know what I'm saying? I use that like I really don't have beef with anybody. But I use that as an example to say that we don't hold the people down that hold us down.
I hear what you're saying. Nope. The reason why we don't
support those who support us
in your face is because the media outlets haven't made it a priority. Whose fault is that? I mean, I don't own a news station. You know what I mean? If it was to the people that have the power to put it in front of you, then they would make it a priority. That's why it's not a big. It's a big story, but the reason why it's just not catching that is because it's the powers that be don't want it to get the attention that it deserves.
And I think I believe like unified, like what I was just talking about maybe 2 minutes ago. We could get that message heard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, let's you know, I like what you said when you said let's think about our people first and let's try to get out through our shit first. Because we still have Ahmaud Arbery's case pending, even though Breonna Taylor's family sold us out on that shit. George Floyd's case is still pending. So I hear you. I hear what you mean as far as let's get through our shit first. But at the same time, man, if we don't stand for equal minority rights, man, then who the fuck is going to stand up for us when we need it? You know what I mean? And do the shit by ourselves, bro.
Listen, if I can't take care of you unless I take care of me, right? Here's the thing. People come to this country, they immigrate to this country for a lot of different reasons. If you're willing to leave your home country to come here, then you might end up having to deal with some things that you didn't think you was going to, but you're gonna have to decide, are you willing to deal with those things? All I'm saying is this: if somebody is knocking on your door at 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe you should get your family together and have a plan to let people know you can't come knocking on my door at 1 o'clock in the morning. People have to stand up for themselves. You know, listen, we all can help each other where we can, but I can't help you if you ain't trying to help yourself, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what?
That's all I'm saying.
I think that's the best answer I heard all night, because it would take for one of them to step up and get heard. You know what I'm saying? Like this battle we are fighting could possibly be even the battle to regulate the other ones. You know what I'm saying? If we finally get some wins in our judicial system, then maybe we could start, I guess, speaking out for the other minorities out here. I love that answer, by the way. I think that was the best answer I've heard of. Because I'm trying to figure it out. You know, like I told you earlier, this is shit that I pondered by myself because I think it's corny. I think it's corny that we got black people out here beefing with Mexicans. I think we have or Mexicans people with black people. I think it's corny that any Latino
would ever beef with another black person. I feel it's corny, like any Chinese person would beef with a black person. I think it's corny that black people will beef with Arabic people. I think that's real fucking corny. Because regardless of the opportunities you were granted that we were not, we're still in the same fucking boat as far as racial injustice goes. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
Five fronts, man. Okay. I'm all about that. I'm all about that. Like, people think I'm just talking shit. I'm dead ass. Like, you know, I am dead ass right now. Like, this is big. Mm-hmm. If you have
in a perfect world, I think they call it a utopia.
A world is
everybody gets along fine and perfect and gets along beautifully. Right. We all want everybody to get what they want to get.
Yeah.
Or we want everybody to live their best lives. But the issue is not everybody's best life is the same, and because of that, people have to they want more, and when you want more, then you know what I mean. It's a whole economic thing. Plus, all I can do is be the best person I can be and treat everybody with the respect that they treat me. If you don't treat me with the respect I feel like I'm deserved, then you get I treat you the way you treat me. And so we can be two nice people treating each other, or we can be two ugly people treating each other, or we can do some the different stuff too. You know what I mean?
I would treat you with the same respect. I get it. I really want to go on the record and say, at least from my demographic, that beefing with Asian people shit is like super foreign to me. Like, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's really trying to get a minority to hate another minority, or just trying to get another person to hate another person, period. You know what I'm saying? Because this war isn't really against white people. There are half that don't fuck with you, and then you saw the other half over this past year in 2020 that really do fuck with you and was dying for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, that's not really it. These lines are very gray. These lines are very blurred. But at the same time, you know what's right, because what's wrong is Nazis in them over there. Like, that's very clear. And if they didn't make it clear enough for you over the last year, then you're just dumb or blind or stupid or something. I don't know. So I don't know, man. That's my stance on it.
Listen, we all want to get everybody to get along, okay? Because we're all good people and we love each other, right? We all want to live our best lives. We all want to wake up and be safe and all that stuff, right? So all we can say is just do it. Just be about it and don't talk about it. And if you don't like me, let me know so I don't have to deal with you. You know what I mean? This is what it is. But to wrap this up, I would have to say that I believe that everybody does care about other races. That's just my personal opinion.
My closing thought on that is, in a perfect world, that statement would be true. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, it isn't.
Yes.
And let us win these small battles so we can tackle up for everything. You know what I mean?
All right.
We can include everyone. Inclusion, right? So, yeah. Let's hit this last topic.
And if you don't mess with me, I won't mess with you.
Facts. That is a big fact. Like, I don't care how you feel. Just don't come fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I let a lot of people live on social media and shit. Like, I always just scroll by and not say nothing. Like, I don't give a fuck about what you posting. Just don't come post on my shit. Like, fuck out of here. Like, yeah, fuck out of here. You're all the way the fuck out of here. I'm the one too to let you know to get the fuck out of here. I will do that. All right. Big news. This is how we wrapping up the show today. Is the last topic. Bobby Shmurda is home. Could he be rewarded for honoring the code of silence or forgotten? You started the last one, right? Did you start the last one or did I?
Yeah, go ahead. No, I did. Go ahead. Tell everybody who Bobby Shmurda is.
All right. So Bobby Shmurda, man.
He's a young guy, about 2016, right? He was on top of the world, man. He had this song called Hot Nigga, and it went crazy nationwide. Then he had another song, his follow-up single called I'm Bobby Bitch. And that went crazy too. Everybody, Bobby Shmurda, everybody who's into hip-hop should know who Bobby Shmurda is. Well, his squad, GS9, G-Stars, they ran into a bit of trouble with the law. Like a lot of popular rappers nowadays, they run into some trouble with the law. And him and his whole team got booked for a lot of time. What Bobby Shmurda did was he didn't tell on anyone. You know what I'm saying? Not like that other guy, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Bobby Shmurda did not tell on anyone. What he did was he ate his time, and he even took a deal to where he was going to get off early, but they offered him or put a deal on the table that if he did 6 years, that would allow for his friend to cut his time in half if he were to stay off the streets and in prison for this 6-year bid. So he took it. Bobby Shmurda could have been out of jail in like a year after he got locked up. 5 more years just so his friend can get out without telling on anyone. So where we're at with this statement here, which all brings us to a whole, this is a culmination of everything, right? We hear all this talk about the streets and rap music. The streets is so glorified, and the streets this, the code of silence. Real bad boys move in silence. If you ain't moving in silence, you a rat, and no one wants nothing to do with you, right? So my question is hip-hop going to give him his just desserts? Kept his mouth shut. He ate his time like a G so his man could get out. At which point do you separate the rapper from the gangster? And the gangster from the rapper? What's up, Cap?
Man, listen.
Are both wanting to sing?
I'm too old for this stuff.
No. Are both wanting to sing? You know what I'm saying? We can go there.
There's only three things. There's only 3 things I can remember in rap culture that is up there with that. That would have been when Tupac shot at those police and got off of that. And when 50,
that was an amazing moment in sports history.
Took his shots.
Shot the cop in the ass. Shot him in the butt.
But those, and and got off the charges. But you know, I don't ever remember anybody as big as him, you know, taking a rap like that and extending his time. I just don't remember anybody doing that. So that's, I mean, first of all, you got to have, well, I can't say that anymore because the game has changed, but I would think you would have to have some sort of kind of street cred in the first place just to be in a rap game. But I don't know, times have changed. But so I would think that he's just, he already understands that code. When, you know, should he be rewarded? I don't know what the reward is for that, but listen, man, the game is not the same. I don't think the rap industry is nothing like it used to be when I was listening to it like that. It's just a whole type of different thing. I don't know. I'm not a rapper, but he definitely gonna have street cred wherever he go. He won't have to buy a drink in the hood nowhere across country, and he'll be able to go wherever he wants to, and nobody's gonna bother him. I don't think, just on some G stuff, but I don't know. That ain't my lane.
Nah, that's a real take. That is definitely a real take. And I want to say this wholeheartedly. Yes, he should be rewarded. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Number one, right? We always, as a culture, pay attention to the guy who ratted. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest stories out is what happened with AZ.
Alpo and Rich Porter in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? And that whole story focuses around a guy who was an informant. We always pay attention to that, but we never talk about or reward the guy who stands tall because it's expected, right? So I was giving my friend an analogy, I think it was last week. When you're in the mafia, right? And you go and do your bid or whatever, you don't tell nobody, you come out. Everybody in your squad knows that you didn't tell and you stood strong for them. Now opportunities rise, probably even making sure you get made in some way, which shape or form. If you are 100% Italian, correct? So they promote their people in that gangster life. You know what I'm saying? For standing tall. And we know how many informants / rats are in the mafia. You know what I mean? Who have told on organized crime now, who have told on their whole fucking squad. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a street kid who was a rapper who and just, you know, he ran with some bangers. And they was really about that action, and he stood tall for them. Should he be rewarded? Fuck yeah, he should be rewarded. Matter of fact, I feel like they should do a whole fucking press tour. All I should be seeing in the month of March is Bobby Shmurda shit, as far as hip hop goes. I mean, shout out to Griselda. I love Griselda. They are my favorite rappers right now. But y'all niggas need to fall back just for a little bit to give a real G some shine. Give this guy his fucking flowers. I don't think he's going to make the same mistakes that he did when he went in. I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's learned his lesson. He got Brolic in jail. You know what I'm saying? And all he's talking about now is positivity. Take us on that press one. I need to see him on Drink Champs. I need to see him on fucking Good Morning America. I need to see him on the Joe Buttons podcast. He needs to be on every podcast. He needs to be promoted by these guys held up on a pedestal. Keep this guy relevant. Keep him relevant. You know what I'm saying? Because if not,
no,
y'all making it. Listen, if our culture does not do this, Kev, then they're making it cool to be a fucking rat. Tekashi was right then. If they don't do this,
I don't know about that.
Give Bobby Shmurda his just desserts now. And now I'm gonna be real. I wasn't even a big Bobby Shmurda fan. I just salute the kid because that's some real shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So I know you don't had a couple of them Modelos, but here's the thing, right? So we talked about many different cultures, right? We're talking about rap culture. We're talking about some gang culture, probably. All right. Black culture, obviously, but listen, if you a gangster and you don't rap, then I guess that's part of that whole cultural thing, and you're supposed to get looked out or do whatever they do for that, right? In the rap business culture, listen, there's hip hop and rap, and if you get street cred for that and that can sell you more records, I guess that worked. Black community, I don't know, man. It's I don't know. I don't know really how to answer that. I might have jumped out the window when I said Good Morning America. I get it and I understand it. I understand it. But you ain't
needs to be on the Breakfast
Club. Him on Good Morning America.
Nah.
He will eventually. He will. He will.
But excuse me. Definitely like the Breakfast Club. Hot 97. He needs to do a press run like right now. They need to get him relevant and out there in people's faces right now. You know what I'm saying? Massive Hill Productions, all of them, Rock Nation, all of them need to really step to the forefront and be like, yo, this is how we reward people. Keep their fucking mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? If not, you are really enabling for these rats to keep pursuing and doing what they doing.
Yeah, but I mean, some folks could say that's encouraging. Some people would say that's encouraging
criminal behavior.
Bad behavior.
What is hip hop, dog? Hip hop is
because if you see something, you're supposed to say something.
That's the rap is good now. Like that's the life they live, right? Nobody sat here and acted like they were some saints. We ain't do that. We ain't do that at all.
So what you're saying is if you're doing dirt and you being grimy, okay, if you're doing Hold on. If you
No, I'm saying if you pay your due to society, you know what I'm saying?
So
he
if you're
did his
doing
time.
dirt and you're
He was
being
released.
grimy, then don't.
What's up? What's up? Talk to me. Yeah.
Okay. What I'm getting at is this.
I think we're delayed.
So for innocent folks, if something happens to an innocent person, you're supposed to tell on them. But if you're doing grimy stuff and street stuff, then that's what you're talking about, the honor and the code. Then is that what you're referring to?
I don't get that. I don't get that at all. What you mean if something happened to an innocent person? Yeah, I know. Like we're delayed for some reason. We're delayed. Yeah, you're right. I did freeze up too. Can you see me now or no? Yeah. Yo.
Yeah, you good now. You back.
Right.
You were cutting in and out. Technology, man.
Yeah, tech. But tonight we have like the most busted
I can hear you.
Internet ever. But we're gonna get through this episode. You still with me, Kev? All right, I'm waiting for you to catch up. Yo. All right, I think you're frozen because I see myself moving around right now, but I don't see you on the screen. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, all right, now you're back with us. I'm just gonna say this. Matter of fact, I need you to reiterate your point on what you meant about when innocent people do something grimy to an innocent person. Like, what you mean by that? Or if they do something to an innocent person, you're supposed to tell. Like, what happened? I don't know. I think we're losing each other right now. Y'all?
Yeah, we keep cutting in and out on each other.
Yeah. How do I sound now? Yeah, I'm good or no?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right, cool. So, yo, what did you mean by when you said when something happens to an innocent person, they're supposed to tell?
See, that's funny because you cut out on me right at the end, man.
All right, let me repeat.
You know what? Again. We having technical difficulties, man.
Oh my god!
Somebody is like, "This is enough BS from them for."
Yeah. Shutting us down. Yeah, we might have to wrap this up then. I'll bring that question back soon because it looks like we're just breaking all the way up out here. Yo.
Yeah, I can hear you. You know what? We might have to end this because
I just said that.
This technical stuff is just
this shit is a fucking mess tonight. This shit is a whole. You know what I'm saying? But yo, check this out. I'm gonna touch up on this. I really want to touch up on that on a later date. I feel like he should be getting his just desserts now. You know, after he paid his dues, I think like the hip hop culture, not necessarily the black culture, wherever you stand on gangbanging is your opinion, you know. But at the same time, like hip hop culture really pays attention to rats, and if what they say is true, then you're really enabling for the rat culture to grow, you know, and you're not rewarding the people who stand tall for this. So I don't know. That's just how I feel. Like I feel it should be the opposite. I'm not saying reward criminals. I'm saying if this is what it is, then die on that sword. You know, don't tell me the sky is blue and then when I leave, be like, yo, it's pink. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. So I don't know. But yo, this has been another episode of Clock Watch. I do apologize for all the technical difficulties we went through tonight.
Yeah.
You got anything to say to the people real quick, Kev, before we dip?
Yeah, we'll have to revisit this. Hey, sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm in pain anyway because I get these wisdom teeth taken out. But yeah, we'll tighten it up, and we definitely gonna revisit this. I kind of want to revisit the movie stuff too because there's a lot more of that I wanted to get into because there's a lot of deep stuff in between those 3 movies.
We should even probably
appreciate y'all hanging out. And
these
questions, if you left, right? I get that too.
All right.
Yeah, because we kept cutting in and out a lot on this episode.
Oh man, this internet is like terrible right now. I think you just cut out again. So yeah. But yo, we're gonna say peace for the night. Yo, you guys be safe, and if any of you tuned in, I'm gonna try to see if we can run this episode back so we can go a little deeper into it. But if not, hey, we'll come back with some new fucking topics for you, all right? Be safe out there in Clockwatch land.
Cool. I'm down with that.
You know what I'm saying? Kev, you got anything you want to tell them before we dip?
Yeah. Hey, be safe, be good. Peace out.
Be safe. Peace.